What's up, everybody? Let's get straight to the update. We'll try to make this short and sweet. So first things first, here's the new door. Fresh paint job. Look at that, no more dog hair. Much better. I can sleep better at night now knowing that there's no more dog hair in my paint. So just a few quick updates, if we can focus here. There it is. So I've been having a diatom issue on my sand bed. The sand has been brown since the end of November. It's come and gone, and now it's just sticking around. So I'm going to go over a few things that I've recently changed to try and help it, and things that I've done in the past. What I've done in the past is I actually used ChemiClean because it was almost looking like a brown cyano. That did not work. After I did the ChemiClean, it actually made the diatoms a little bit lightweight, I guess you could say, because they were kind of floating off the sand bed a little bit. So I did a vacuum of the whole top layer of sand, and it actually went away for about 3 weeks and then came back again just as strong. So what's happening is I'll do a sand sift with the turkey baster. Sand is nice and white, and then I would say 5 minutes later it's back to brown again. So what I've done recently is I upped my back power heads. They used to be the high door 425s, 425 gallons per hour. Now these back two power heads are 600s. I'm going to give it a couple weeks and see if maybe that helps, because ever since I did go Euphyllia only dominant tank, I have taken a lot of flow off the tank. So that could be number one problem right there. Let me put this filter on so it stays in focus. There we go. So, hey, there I am in the camera. So the sand bed, as you can see, there you go, perfect. That's what I see. I see these brown spots everywhere. As you can see by my flow, very little movement down here. Very little. I didn't want to hit the Euphyllia with too much current. There's these big Duncans. They are happy and open. Getting a little bit of movement on the torch forest. But I'm going to up these actually tonight. Now that I think about it, we're just going to take these and up them to 850 gallons per hour. I just have new impellers that I'm going to be changing over. So the brown sand is my only issue. A couple of the corals actually have been closing down a little bit, and I was a little worried about it at first, but then I started to notice, I believe a lot of my hammers, frog spawns, and torches are actually going through growth spurts. I noticed a lot when the Euphyllia close up a little bit and then open back up and close for a couple days. I'm looking at them at nighttime when they're closed the most, and I've noticed that there's two mouths on them. So when it comes to Euphyllia, if it looks like they're having a bad day, most likely it's because they're splitting. So be patient with them. For example, you could see on this one right here, this one here is actually one of the issues I'm having, and this one right here. You can kind of see in the middle there a big bubble, and right below it is the slit, that white slit, that's the other mouth. So there's two mouths going on this one here. And the same thing for that one right there. So this one's been getting grumpy, and it's most likely because of the splitting. So the only other issue I'm having is this octo. If you look at my previous videos, the sweepers on this are usually all the way down to the rock. You can't even see the stalk or any of the glue, but it's been like this for about 2 weeks now. Still has really nice color, but it has just been closed and a little grumpy, and not sure why with this one. But Also, the A cans have not been as full as usual. Usually you can't see this disc, and you see how this one's completely covered. These are usually the same way. So I have made a good amount of changes to the tank. So I guess they're getting used to what I'm doing. There's my buddy up in his treehouse. And you can see this one here. It's a little grumpy as well, and that's because they're all splitting. You can see where they're dividing themselves. But tonight we're going to turn up some flow, give it another week, see if these diatoms go away. They're not too bad, but they're bad enough to where I just don't like it. So I'm loving this little island effect here. I removed one rock that was right here, and it gave it this nice big island, and that's how it's gonna stay. So hopefully I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed, give this some time, see if the flow does change it a bit. Underneath the sump, what I did do is I took out the matrix that was in here because I had it down in this chamber and it was fine, but I was, neglectful of rinsing it. And when I took it out and rinsed it in some fresh salt water, that salt water was like chocolate milk. So what I'm doing is I'm letting this one go, and I'm actually going to be getting some pond matrix, which has bigger pores in it. So I'm going to be filling this about halfway with it, and then slowly getting rid of the old stuff and then putting new in. So I just added some fresh Purigen to hopefully get rid of these silicates and polish the water a bit. Maybe that'll help with the diatoms as well. I used to run Purigen 24/7, and when I took it out I started getting a couple of issues, so back in it goes. The Caulerpa that I got from Scott is doing awesome. You can see here these roots. It's got a lot of good growth on it. No dying off. No problems. None of it's getting through my little net there, my catch net. This is going to get replaced today, but everything's been running good, and hopefully this coral issue will resolve itself with the growing pains, and hopefully the sand bed issue can be resolved on turning up these power heads a bit and changing out some media and doing some cleaning. So if you do run the matrix, make sure you rinse it out once a month at least, because it can get clogged like mine did. So everything's been good on testing. My phosphates are too low to read. My nitrates have been at about 5 parts per million, which is the highest it's ever been. So, and my calcium and alkalinity and magnesium I just tested last night. Everything was good. My KH was a little low, well, lower than I like it. It was a 7.1. But keeping my fingers crossed and hoping with a little patience and some higher flow, these diatoms will be resolved. Other than that, no other issues with the tank. These are getting a new home finally on Thursday. I'm donating them to somebody to babysit them for me for a while. So get yourself a hawkfish, as I always say. Look at that one, it's growing. And in case anybody's wondering about me, doing the Euphyllia only tank, it's still in my mind. It's still what I want to do, but I'm having a real difficult time letting go of other corals, like these acans. So at night when I lay down, I think to myself, man, I just want to go back to the mixed reef again. But at the same time, I go, man, imagine how awesome it would be in a year when all this is grown out and you can't even see rocks, that there's just so much flow. And once in a while, you'll see a fish pop out. But that's it for tonight, guys. I know I did a little bit of rambling on, but I needed to show everybody the before and after of this dumb brown stuff that they call diatoms. Peace out. Have a good night, good day, good morning, wherever you may be, and I'll see ya.